Stop it!
Arr! Don't you know who you're dealing with, matey?
What a silly man.
Mutiny! You wants to be shark bait, do you? Oh, Blacksad. I feel terrible for keeping you waiting.
John.
But you see, there was mutiny on board, so...
Stop.
You see what I have to put up with. All right, helmswoman, to the cabin with you! Onward!
Aye, aye, Captain.
Come along, Blacksad. Julie, don't let anyone bother us. Honey, will you wait in the boardroom for me, please?
But...
I'll just be a minute, then. I think you've already suffered enough.
Okay.
And think about where you'd like to have dinner tonight, okay?
What if she's the mastermind behind everything?
You see, I'm not gonna pay you for solving the case.
What you mean you ain't gonna pay me?
Wow. I thought you were the kind of man who is true to his word.
No, it's not that. You'll get every penny we agreed on, and more. But not because you solved the case, but for her. 2 days ago, she wanted to end it all. Drop out of college, sell the gym. Too many wounds to heal. But through your incredible work, you managed to heal them. Well, perhaps not completely. It takes time to get over something like this. But at least, thanks to you, Sonia wants to be happy. She has hope. I'm going to help her make Dunn's Gym the best in the city. Who would have ever guessed it, huh?
I'm happy for her. She's been through a lot, and honestly, I wasn't sure she'd make it.
Well, she hasn't just yet. But she will in time. Anyway, back to the case. All those people you confronted. Gil, the German doctor, even Mitchell. Huh. I would have never suspected him. Did they say anything? Why did they do it? Did they mention any accomplices?
How is she gonna feel when we turn over her grandfather, right?
Nah, they didn't mention any accomplice.
Good. I'm glad every guilty party has been punished. You see, besides my esteem for Joe and Sonia, this ordeal really hits close to home.
I don't follow. How do you mean?
Sports are my livelihood. Do you know how many of the athletes involved have a deal with me?
How do you know that?
What?
Oh, wait. Sonia told you.
Yes, that's it. Sonia told me.
That's funny. I never told Sonia.
Well then, do you know how many of the athletes involved have a deal with me?
All of them?
Luckily, no. But a lot. So far, the papers only talk about bodies down at the docks and an illegal lab. Not one has mentioned the athletes. But if one word gets out, this agency's future could be on the line. Not to mention Sonia's and the gym's. Could I ask you to be discreet?
I'm sorry to say your future is already on the line.
What do you mean?
I wasn't completely honest with you before. Spano mentioned a certain surgeon. I know that's you. A journalist told me. Ring a bell?
I'm sure you've got good intentions, but you're wrong. What makes you think that? I'm sure there's an explanation.
Don't deny it. I know Mitchell gave them to you.
People see a wheelchair and think, poor guy, he can't walk. But there's so much more to it than that. Some nights I can't even sleep from the pain.
That doesn't explain why you didn't tell me you knew about those drugs. I know that you are a highly skilled sniper, and I think it was you who shot Randall Lee at the hospital.
Have you seen me, Blacksad? How could I possibly do that? I hired you to solve this damn case. You think that's what a murderer would do?
Only because you thought I'd blame Bobby Yale and drop the case. But as soon as I realized something wasn't right, you sent Randall Lee and Gil to give me a scare. And when all that failed, you ordered Lee to kill me.
You're the type that won't open his jaws once he's got his prey, aren't you?
You're right. I never let go of my prey.
Put yourself in my place for a minute. You're a promising football player who just got back from the war, but you're still a nobody. The man you saved kindly opens his house to you, and that man is still undone by his wife's passing. He works all day at his gym, and he drinks himself to sleep at night. So you practically end up raising his daughter. You give her her very first abacus. You encourage her to further her education. You comfort her when she misses her mother and her father. Meanwhile, your sporting career takes off. Life is good. Until one day, out of the blue, an accident cripples you. An old friend, Mitchell, tells you he knows someone who can help you. A German doctor. His drugs take some time to work, but they do wonders. You manage to walk for short bursts at a time, little by little. And those bursts keep getting longer. But the drugs aren't cheap at all. So you have to find a way to pay for them, don't you see?
So you decided to start an advertising agency focused on product endorsement by athletes. And then it occurred to you to sell them those same drugs you were taking. Drugs would help them excel, and you'd get better ad deals. The perfect business model. Your first client? Craig Spano. His career had hit a rough patch, so... He was the guinea pig for your new operation. And yet, when the drug started having serious side effects, you got rid of him. Afraid he would talk, you tried to kill him. That's why he hid. From then on, your business was smooth sailing. You even began to think you were above the law. You thought that you were untouchable. Until Joe Dunn found out, and then, 2 days before his unfortunate death, he came to see you.
That's enough now! You stop it! Now, I don't know if I'm above the law, but I am sure as hell not beneath it. Do you know how much power I have? The kind of people I eat with every day? I could shoot you right now, and nothing would happen to me.
With that gun you keep in your drawer? I'm afraid not. I placed your pistol out of reach, just in case you happen to confirm my suspicions, Iron Arm. And now, if you'd excuse me, I have an appointment with the police.
I won't let anyone wreck my life again. Sonia and I, we deserve a future.
You can come in now, Smirnoff.
Timothy Wilson Thorpe, drop your weapon. You're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the state will provide one for you. Mr. Thorpe.
Oh boy. Well, man, now you're gonna go to jail too. Oh, woo. Oh, I caught it, boy. We'll just convince Smirnoff to let her off easy.
Sonia Dunn. You are under arrest
Guess
for
not.
the death of Timothy Wilson Thorpe. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
Just shut up. Sonia should never set foot in jail.
Blacksad, don't.
You and I have done similar deeds. You remember, right? If you're gonna arrest her, arrest me first, and then arrest yourself.
No, there's no way this could work. How do we hide this? John?
I'll put the bullets back in the gun. Thorpe had me at gunpoint, but Sonia was faster. We're doing the right thing, Chief.
John, why do I end up getting my hands dirty every time I'm close to you?
Managed to save her. I mean, obviously, the story of her doing that in self-defense is pretty easy to pass. If it was to go to trial, you know, they'd acquit her. She's had a bad week. Hopefully, she doesn't off herself though. Blacksad's just trying to get with the just trying to get with her, that's all. He's just he's like, let me get some of that lion action.
After everything that had happened, the last thing I was interested in was the fight. Did Yale take drugs before the fight? Did Stone let him win? I had done everything in my power for things to go the way my moral compass dictated. Whether anyone would listen to me, that was another story. Because no matter what they tell us, our actions don't always determine our future. My moral compass. As if I even knew what that means. I didn't even know what to think of my performance throughout the case. Did I have a clear conscience? Would I have made the same decisions, given the chance?
Most of them, yeah. I think there was one or two that I would have changed, but oh well. Like I would have called Smirnov at the warehouse to see what happens.